In light of a lot of drama that's been unfolding on Bleach Twitter over the past 24 hours, I've been compelled to make a video talking about what's going on. I'm very passionate about the content that I create, and this YouTube channel honestly started out as a hobby because I love talking about Bleach and other anime and manga. These stories have taught me so many life lessons, and they've been there for me when I've felt truly down and alone. The credit to some of these excellent stories and well-written characters goes to all of the mangaka who publish such inspiring tales that light up hope within our hearts, but equally as much credit goes towards the animators who adapt these manga works so that more people across the globe can be introduced to these incredible stories. Nearly every single manga that I've ended up reading was as a result of me being first introduced to the anime. Growing up, I watched Dragon Ball Z, then moving on to Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. After having experienced the anime with the amazing animation, excellent voice actors, the great soundtracks, and unforgettable moments, whether if they are fights or emotional tear-jerking episodes, none of this would have been possible without the animation staff that are behind the episodes that we love. Over the past few days, a handful of really ungrateful individuals have been messaging directly to several different anime staff on series like Jujutsu Kaisen and Bleach, really putting them down and making them feel like all of their effort was for nothing. So in response to this, I've tried to rally all of my followers on Twitter to leave a positive message of love and support under the accounts of several different animators who have been working on Bleach, and together we've also come up with a hashtag which I'll talk about later on in the video. All of this came to my attention when Chibi Reviews put up a tweet saying that people are harassing the Bleach staff and they're even threatening to leave the project. The people that are leaving these disgusting comments obviously are doing it for attention, so for that very reason I've blocked out their handle and their Twitter name so you cannot find them, because I don't want them to receive any of the attention that they're desperately wanting from all of us. I'm only showing this so that you have some context behind what on earth is going on and where all of the hate is stemming from and why the animators are reacting in the way that they are. Under one of the responses of the animators who are speaking out about the backlash that they're receiving, this individual here says, well, it can't be helped since people from this era care more about good animation, in which Bleach right now barely moves and it looks like a slideshow with good art. Also saying, I'm sorry for bothering you, sir, I respect your guys' work, but the adaptation is straight garbage, where the animation of the original anime was better. And in another comment, for a seasonal anime, there's no way that a weekly anime is doing better in animation, for instance One Piece. Here's another individual leaving yet another negative comment under all of these different members of the Bleach production team, saying that if you have that much problem with the series, then you can leave the series. Actually advocating for the Bleach staff to leave the series that they are literally putting their blood, sweat and tears into. I don't even want to give those guys any more time than I already have, because I want to now see what the animators are saying and why I've had to create this video so that we can kind of rally up and support them. So this one particular animator who's worked on Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 says, I'm starting to wonder if there's any point in doing anime, sacrificing money, time and physical health, and then being bullied even more due to tax hikes and illness, and every time that this happens, the animator's thinking about quitting anime and moving on. So they've got all of these different things to already contend with, because if you haven't guessed it, working on anime is grueling. They work under some of the most insane work schedules in the world. They've come on Twitter maybe to celebrate the fact that they've been working on an anime, and instead they get negative hate comments telling them that they're not good enough and that they should just leave the project altogether, which is absolutely sickening. In response to all of this drama, we've had a animator actually speak out about the hate that's being directed towards Hiramatsu, the scriptwriter, and Taguchi, the director of the Bleach anime. So in this tweet, this animator is asking Japanese fans and international fans to calm down because his tweets were being misunderstood because of the Google Translate from Japanese into English, but he's pleading with everyone not to cause trouble for the other staff members on Bleach, including Hiramatsu, the scriptwriter, and Taguchi, the director. Word has spread amongst the Bleach staff about some of these negative comments that are being left under their Twitter accounts, and it's disheartening a lot of the staff that are working on the anime. So one of the individuals that was spoken about by the animator was Masaki Hiramatsu, who has actually worked on the series composition and the script for Core 2 as well as several episodes of Core 1. Hiramatsu is extremely dedicated and works really hard, and some of the most faithfully adapted episodes in Core 2 and Core 1 have been credited to Hiramatsu, but in response to a lot of the toxicity that has been left under his tweets, he's had to come out with this thread where he says that he's sick of this every time. He says that you are free to express your opinion on social networking sites, and you're free to give positive opinions as well as criticism and critique. However, do not comment directly on staff's social networking sites with your request for the work. This is in reference to these haters who are leaving comments under animators telling them that their work isn't good enough. He continues to say that you have no authority to respond to individual staff members' requests, and if you do, you will get in trouble. He says that naturally the people who create the anime have their own responses, reflections, and feedback that they go through, but not everything that they want to do can be done within the timescale that the animation staff are given. Many people are involved in creating the Bleach anime, and they do their their best to make it as good as they are allowed to, and it's all of their effort combined which results in a final episode that is eventually uploaded to streaming platforms for fans all across the world to enjoy. A frankly fed up Masaki Hiromatsu in his final message states that from now on, anyone who comments with such questions or requests will be blocked on the spot without fail. This is all. So obviously he's reached the tipping point. So many people have left these negative remarks and comments, speaking about the production, talking about where there are downfalls, when in actuality the anime staff are trying as hard as they can with the time that they've been given. Another key member of the animation staff has also spoken out on Twitter, and this is Satoshi Sakai, and he of course is the action animation director for Core 2. So Satoshi Sakai says that it's okay to complain about things that you didn't like in the anime, but he doesn't think that it's okay to give warnings and threats of harm to staff members. As a result, it can lead to key staff members of the anime being fed up with a project and leaving entirely, leading in a decline of the overall presentation of the anime. This is absolutely insane to read. Some of the animation staff have been threatened with violence and harm by some of these crayon-eating international fans who think that they have the right to speak to animators in the way that they do. I mean, what has led them to be this entitled, where they think that they can speak so lowly to the people who are sacrificing their sleep, time with their family, who are deteriorating their health so that we can have just a single episode of an anime release? It's absolutely disgusting that this is going on. Bleach has a long list of dedicated and incredibly hardworking staff members who are working on the production of the 1000-Year Blood War arc anime, and I find it absolutely insane that anyone can think of directing any hate or shade towards any of them. If you're among the people who has some sort of criticism or negativity to say about the Bleach anime, then it's better to voice it in a constructive manner. But I still wouldn't recommend that you go to any of the animators' Twitter pages and leave this feedback under their posts. They have literally created their Twitter pages so that they can celebrate the release of these episodes with the fans. It's just not the proper forum to be giving them feedback, and plus you're in no position to be giving them feedback anyway. All of the people who are working on the Bleach anime want to do their absolute best to give the best quality episode that they can every single week, but you have to understand that they're under very tight time constraints. Sometimes the episode that we get, like the animation staff have said, is the best that could have been done with the time that was given, and I just find it unbelievable that people are not understanding this. I released a video a couple of days ago talking about the Bleach anime and how there may be some production issues because we had a recap episode which resulted in episode 22 being delayed by a week. If you'd watched the video, it ends up explaining the behind the scenes workflow of the anime, the struggles of the anime staff, as well as reviewing what was good and what was bad in my opinion for Bleach Core 2, as well as comparing Core 2 with Core 1, and explaining how Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man are animated versus the approach of Studio Pierrot and how they are animating Bleach Core 2, as well as the future of Bleach going into Core 3 and beyond. I think a couple of people latched onto that video and thought that I was speaking negatively about the anime staff. If you've watched through the entirety of that video, then you'll know that I was speaking about how amazing the current anime is and how passionate the anime staff are. I did speak about some criticisms that I had, especially with episode 20, but it was mixed in with a hell of a lot of praise. If you've sat through that video, then you'll know that it was just me discussing the discourse online, talking about some plausible concerns that I have with the 1000-Year Blood War arc anime, and the general tone of that video was that the anime is really good, and I just had some nitpicks with it which I think will be fixed for the Blu-ray release. I think some people who have been hating on Bleach, and I don't want to say that it's from a certain fandom, have tried to misinterpret that video and tried to say that I've been supporting the harassment of staff because I made a negative video on it, when that isn't the case. I think these people can't read or they have difficulty with basic comprehension, and honestly they've just misunderstood the whole point of the video that I created. So instead of talking about the people who are hating on the Bleach anime, let's turn things over to a more positive note, with the animation staff actually noticing our love and support that we're showing them, with Masaki Hiromatsu saying that he was about to jump onto the train until he realized that he was being bombarded with loads of comments. And of course this is the push that we've been doing on Twitter, where we've been trying to show the Bleach staff a lot of love and support. In response to one of the messages, he actually thanks the poster, saying that he'll do his best and continue to work hard on the Bleach anime from now on. And you can see how much love is being sent his way. Now, while all of this may have started with a lot of negativity, I think that we can turn this around and turn it into a positive by sending all of our love to the various different Bleach animators who are working on the series via this hashtag thank you to all Bleach staff. So please, if you've sat through this video to this point, then please go go over onto Twitter and post what you love about the Bleach 1000 Year Blood War arc anime under this hashtag, so that the animation staff know that they have so much love and support, and these hateful comments is literally just a handful of bad apples who do not represent the actual Bleach community. Let's prove that the Bleach fandom is one of the best in the anime and manga community by spinning all of this and turning it into a positive by getting thank you to all the Bleach staff trending even further. It's already been trending with over 2,000 posts as of making this video, and it's only going to continue growing. So please, if you take away anything from this video, then just go over onto Twitter and just make this hashtag go crazy. These people who are working on this anime deserve all of our love and support, and if I in any way have contributed to them being harassed directly or indirectly, then I humbly apologize, because my intention has always been to work really hard on these videos that I create and to share my passion about anime and manga with all of you. So there isn't much else to say, just go over onto Twitter and share the love with the Bleach anime staff, and once again, thanks for making it to the end of this video.